What's up everybody, Wyatt here, and today we're going to be making teriyaki chicken. You can always just use a store-bought teriyaki sauce, but today we're going to be making our own using Saki, which is a Japanese rice wine, soy sauce, cornstarch, water. Now, normally you would use 1 cup of mirin, but I could not find any of that at the grocery store, so I'm going to be substituting that by mixing 1 cup of water with a little bit of brown sugar, garlic, and some ginger. And then you're also going to need some chicken breasts. Of course, they're going to be your teriyaki chicken, salt, pepper, and sesame seeds. You can also put sesame seeds in your teriyaki chicken or your teriyaki sauce. That is optional. I'm going to be doing that. And then also, this is also optional, but any type of fresh vegetable that you can fry. I'm going to be using cauliflower stems, otherwise known as cauliflower ini. So I'm going to be frying that. It's a very loud bag. Let's get right into it. Alright, so for your first step in making your teriyaki chicken, you're going to, of course, season your chicken. So I've got myself a little pair of tongs here to flip our chicken with, and we're just going to give it a nice, generous coating of salt and pepper on both sides. Alright, on to our next step. Alright, for our second step, we're going to need some garlic, and some ginger. So, we're going to start by just peeling our ginger, just using a vegetable peeler because we don't want the skin in our teriyaki sauce. And from here on in, just use this. Alright, so now that we've peeled and sliced our ginger, well, not sliced it, we're going to slice it more than this. Now time to move on to our garlic. Alright, so once you've got your garlic and your ginger, it's time to mince them. Alright, so I just finished up chopping my garlic and my ginger. This is looking very good. Now, you're not going to be slicing it too big. You want to make sure it's nice and fine because, again, we are not pureeing this. These are actually going to be chunks in our sauce. Alright, so now that our garlic, that's all minced up, it's time to move on to our next step. Alright, so now it's time to make our teriyaki sauce. So to start, we have a pot over about medium heat, and we're just going to add a little bit of olive oil. And we just want that to get nice and hot. Put this back here. You can already hear that getting really hot. That's what we're looking for. So now that we've got our nicely sauteed ginger and garlic, we're going to give this a little bit of a stir and add these to saute them, because this is just going to basically flavor blast our sauce, and that it's going to be absolutely delicious. Alright, that is looking pretty good. So now we're going to take our water and we're going to add our brown sugar. But this is normally where you would substitute it for mirin, but I am not going to be doing that because I could not find any at my grocery store. So we're going to put our water there, and we're just going to add our brown sugar. Because mirin is basically what provides the sweetness in your teriyaki sauce. So we're just going to mix that to try to get it to a nice, even consistency. Now that that's done, and you know it's done when all of your brown sugar is nice and dissolved in your water. So now it's time to make a slurry to basically thicken up your sauce so it isn't just like a liquid. Here in this little ramekin, we're going to add our cornstarch. Plop. Oh, missing some there. Add our cornstarch and our water. So we're just gonna mix those, put those together, and just gives them a little mix with a spoon. Just to basically do what we did there with our brown sugar and just make it a nice, thick, or make it this flowy thing, which is what you would do with flour and water if you were making a gravy. So make sure you are constantly stirring your garlic and ginger because you're not looking for it to brown. Now that that's done, we are ready to assemble our teriyaki sauce. So we are going to start by adding 1 cup of Saki, which is the Japanese wine, which I'm going to be having my mom pour for me because I don't like wine. So, just pour that in there. Just looks like water. Alright, let's give that a bit of a mix. Then we'll take our soy sauce. We'll just pour this in. Beautiful. Now we are going to give this a nice little stir. Immune substitute. So we're just going to pour this in. So just give this a mix. It smells like sushi. Because of the soy sauce, probably. Now we're going to add our cornstarch water slurry that I just spilled all over the counter. So this just thickens up your sauce and makes it not water. Or not have the texture of water. Put that away. This is looking good. Alright, this sauce is looking really good. It started simmering. So once it started simmering and you've seen that it started to thicken up, these are optional, but I recommend them. I'm just going to put in just a little bit of sesame seeds. Not too many. A little bit. Alright, and then we're just going to mix this in because I feel like those are going to give it a lot of texture. And it just, overall, I just think they really make our sauce look really nice. Alright. So I'm going to go put this over on the stove to simmer and we'll move on to our chicken. Alright. So, now that our teriyaki sauce is nice and simmering over there by the oven, I also put on a pot of rice because I feel like rice would go very well with a teriyaki chicken. So, in a large pan, I'm going to add any high heat oil will do. I'm going to be using sunflower oil, but sesame seed oil will work really well as well. Put in our oil. Alright, make sure your burner is on. Alright, so now that our oil has heated up, to get nice and hot, we're just going to drop in our first piece of chicken. So, we're just going to cook these until they've got a nice sear on the outside, or until they've got a nice sear on one side. I'll see you when that's done. Alright, so now that our chicken has got this nice even crust on both sides, I'm going to head over here and grab our teriyaki sauce. Put this on this other burner here. And we're going to drizzle about maybe half of our teriyaki sauce just all over this. All over that just so we get that amazing teriyaki flavor. Oh, I've got the hiccups. The reason you only use half of your teriyaki sauce is you're going to use that other half that you saved to drizzle on top after and to use as a dipping sauce or to put with your fried vegetables. Oh, I love the smell. It smells like you're walking into a sushi restaurant. Alright. Now it's time to fry our broccolini. Cauliflower. Alright, so I've got some of my chicken fat in a medium-sized pan, and this is what I'm going to use when I grease. This is what I'm going to grease my pan with when I cook my broccolini, or my cauliflowerini. So we're just going to take this, we're just going to put this in our pan. Wow. This stuff's actually super cool. And it starts to go yellow when you cook it, so I think that's the beginning of it turning green. Wait, is broccolini just pre-cooked cauliflowerini? We'll never know. Actually, we could probably super easily find out. I'm too lazy to find out. We'll never know. Anyway. Either way, I'm excited to try this stuff. No. I gotta repeatedly beat it. Not a chance. Alright, so my veggies have been frying in here for a little while. They are starting. They are almost cooked. I added a little bit of teriyaki sauce in there for a little bit of flavor and to just definitely bring out that teriyaki sauce in this dish. So I think we are almost ready to plate this and try it. I am so excited to try that chicken and these veggies. So let's go. Alright, so we've got our chicken, we've got our steamed vegetables, and of course we've got our rice here, and I stuck a little steamed vegetable on top. So I think we'll first try our chicken. That chicken is so good. You've got that teriyaki sauce, you've got just all the flavors from like the salt, the pepper, just everything's there. Now we'll try our vegetables. Very good. It tastes kind of like broccoli and cauliflower, but not really because it's like a broccolini or like a cauliflower-ini, which I think is a very weird name. I think it's cauliflower and broccoli mixed with something, but I'm not sure what. Alright, now we'll try our rice. We'll just get some of the teriyaki sauce here. I think the teriyaki sauce is the real star of this dish. You get a lot of flavor from it, and overall I just think it's a great addition to just chicken, vegetables, and rice. I feel like that teriyaki sauce really adds a lot to your dish. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.